Rumors are that allegedly Bravo is looking towards Kenya to save the Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise. Why is that? Well, I have some new information that may answer that question and more right after this. What's up, kinfolk? And welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, do me a favor and subscribe. And if you are subscribed, do me a favor and get notified so you'll know whenever I upload new videos to the channel. Alright, kinfolk, come on into the house. We have a lot to talk about. And it centers around rumors that allegedly Bravo is looking towards Kenya to save the Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise. Why is that? Well, I have some new information that may answer that question and more, and here it goes. Kinfolk, let me read to you what my sources are saying about this particular rumor. Rumors are that Bravo is looking towards Real Housewives of Atlanta veteran Kenyamoore to save the franchise. Many fans noticed that Kenya seemed to be the only Real Housewives of Atlanta representative at this year's Upfronts. Industry insiders say this was an unusual move for Bravo because Real Housewives of Atlanta historically has 2 to 3 castmates representing their top Housewives franchise at the annual event. Noticeably absent was new housewife Marlo Hampton and veteran housewife Kandi Burruss, who was away on official escape business. Sheree Whitfield, who is a Real Housewives of Atlanta OG, was also noticeably absent from the upfronts, which was even more odd because Sheree knows the upfront ropes better than any of the other ladies. So, the question is, why was Kenya the only Real Housewives of Atlanta housewife featured at the event? Well, sources say that allegedly Bravo is currently looking towards Kenya to carry the franchise as their new principal housewife. This role was famously created for former housewife Nene Leakes, then passed on to Kandi Burruss, and briefly at one point passed on to Portia Williams. However, industry insiders say that the network knows that Kandi is extremely busy and probably cannot take the extra workload of being their principal housewife for this season of Real Housewives of Atlanta. Secondly, the insider says that Marlo, while entertaining, hasn't quite perfected her interviewing skills for a more diverse audience that presents itself at the upfronts. Third, the source says that Drew and Sanya are too inexperienced at the moment in this area to represent the franchise on such a large and important stage. Industry insiders believe that the network trusts Kenya more with this responsibility because of 2 main reasons. 1, she has the most interviewing experience among the ladies outside of Kandi. 2, thanks to her beauty pageant resume, the network probably sees her as a poised and beautifully and camera ready. And last, the industry insider says that the top executives at the network absolutely love Kenya and allegedly also love her level of professionalism and class whenever speaking about the franchise in public. Producers and executives all know that this is a very sensitive time for Real Housewives of Atlanta, and they can't afford to even have the slightest misstep right now because it could send all of the franchise hard work crashing down. As far as the newbies, allegedly, the network sees the new additions as wonderful replacements in the future as top principal housewives representing Real Housewives of Atlanta across multiple stages. Right now, they're in the testing phase, But sources say it could be this time next year that we see them take on a more active role. Alright, kinfolk. As always, we're going to take this rumor and we're going to dissect which parts of it could be true and which parts of it could be not true. I will say this, that the Upfronts is a very large event for the network. And if you don't know what Upfronts are basically a large-scale press conference where the network pretty much previews all of its upcoming original content. It previews all of its original shows and events and different live shows they're going to be having an upcoming season that pretty much starts in the fall. The event is pretty much created for advertisers to see this new content, the new shows, and the new castmates, and just get a feel of what they're going to be buying into come fall. This is always a big event for the network and always a big event for the Housewives franchise. As you know, the Housewives franchise literally carries Bravo on its back. And it is Bravo's most lucrative content creating entity. So with that being said, this is of course a very big platform for the ladies and the network. So the first rumor that I can see as being true is this. I can definitely see the network feeling more comfortable with Kenya being the principal or allegedly the principal housewife for Upfront, simply because when you look around at the landscape of ladies, Kenya and Kandi are the only two housewives who have been on this show the longest and the most consecutively the longest. You have Marlo, who's never been a housewife, and this is her first year being a housewife. So when you only have Kandi and Kenya, it only makes sense that one of those two would step into the principal housewife role. And as the rumor says, Kandi has a lot on her back right now. Multiple projects going on. So I can see how they probably wouldn't want to add the extra pressure on Kandi as being the principal housewife. Now, I will admit, being a housewife is come second nature to Kandi. She could do it in her sleep. She can probably run a whole press junket all day for 2 days straight regarding the Real Housewives of Atlanta. However, she is human, and I think the network does realize that they have her doing a lot at the moment, and they need someone who can pretty much dedicate their time, energy, and focus solely on the Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise. Now, in comes Kenya. I think Kenya is the perfect person to carry the principal role as the principal housewife this season, simply because, as the rumor said, the network probably likes the way that she's, of course, beautiful, and she's very poised. She speaks very well, and she also has this very diplomatic point of view on the Housewives franchise. It's very carefully calculated to where she's never really, downing the network publicly. She's always encouraging and always hopeful when she's speaking about the franchise. Also, she understands that drama is, of course, needed. So she's never afraid to take a couple jabs here and a couple jabs there at her fellow housewives to get the rumor mill going, to get the gossip blogs going, and to get the metrics on social media going towards the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I think she's very good at that. Now, I do believe that Marlo does need some more perfecting in this area. And I think that it was okay in the past when she would do interviews as a friend of the show. But now as a housewife, it comes with more responsibilities. You have to really understand that now you're not necessarily promoting yourself. You're pretty much promoting a brand. And the Real Housewives of Atlanta brand, whether you feel like it has been sullied over the past couple of years, it really is a brand where there are women who have high standards, who are, very classy in a sense, who are always perfectly groomed. And not saying Marlo isn't any of those things. She's definitely always perfectly groomed. She's definitely always has class about herself. And she's fun and she's entertaining. The only thing is when it comes to representing the network as a whole and representing the franchise as a whole, she doesn't quite have that experience yet. And I do believe after this season, she can shape up and probably will be a principal housewife at some point. The rumor also says that Drew and Sanya, the network allegedly feels that they have what it takes to one day be a principal housewife role. And I think that part of the rumor really speaks to what I've been hearing from behind the scenes since the casting of Sanya joining this cast of ladies, is that Sanya and Drew from what I've been hearing, allegedly have really good favor with the producers and at Bravo, simply because they are bringing what is needed to be had at the Real Housewives of Atlanta franchise. They're open, they're honest, they're not afraid of conflict, and they're not afraid to speak their minds. All the hallmarks of a future principal housewife. But kinfolk, I want to know what you guys think about this rumor. Do you think Kenya allegedly being the new principal housewife is a good move? Or do you think it probably should have gone to Marlo, or they should have given Marlo a chance to fill in the role as a principal housewife, since she has been there technically probably longer than any of the other housewives outside of Candy and Kenya, and she does have some interviewing skills. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Alright, kinfolk, as always, if you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys over on the next one. Peace.